many times have you guys seen a low carb or a keto French fry recipe and you got really excited and you went and tried it and then you cried tears into your plate because they were disgusting or mushy or had absolutely no resemblance to a French fry, and you were like, how did somebody call this a French fry? This is not even close to a French fry. Well, if that's been you and you've gone to bed weeping, this recipe is for you. Hey guys, welcome back to Life on Purpose. My name is Heather Gearhart, and today I think I have perfected, finally, the perfect alternative to French fries. And no, it's not zucchini, and it's not jicama, and it's not radishes, and it's not something super weird. And I'm telling you, if you dip this in ketchup or ranch, you will not know the difference. Ready? Let's do this. Okay, so on this channel, we're talking about our entire lives, our body, mind, soul, and spirit, how we can get healthy and make a difference in this world for God's glory and our good. And part of that is our body. And so we're doing this on the body today. And today I'm doing something kind of fun. I'm going to do a recipe. So if you're listening on a podcast, you might want to hop over to YouTube so you can actually see this done if you're interested in it. So if you've ever been interested in having a healthier alternative to a French fry, but nothing really kind of does it for you, I think this might, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So a little bit of background: about 4 years ago, a lady with a channel called Heavenly Fan came up with this viral French fry hack made with almond flour or coconut flour, and it just went crazy. And I tried it, and a lot of people tried it, and the idea of it is genius, but it needed some tweaking because it was a little bit bland. It didn't have a lot of flavor. It wasn't quite crispy enough, and there was just kind of some tweaking that needed to happen, but the base recipe was genius. And so what I did was scour the internet for all the different variations of what everyone did to this. And I've actually made this for years and I've never done a video on it. I don't know why. And so what I did is I found the best ones and I combined them into one. And it's pretty amazing. Now I'm going to take you into my kitchen. I didn't have the greatest setup for camera angles, so apologies for that. But I'm telling you, if you make this, if you are interested in something that's made out of almond flour or coconut flour, and you're wanting your French fry fix, but you're trying to reduce your starchy carbs, this is for you. Okay, so here are the ingredients that make this special. I'm going to show you all the basic ingredients, which is very basic. But what it needs is salt in the batter so that it has some flavor. It also needs 2 droppers full of mashed potato extract. That just gives it a little bit of potato flavor so that it actually tastes more like French fries. I'm gonna link in the description the stuff that I used. It's not on Amazon, unfortunately, but I'll just link it. It's like $5. It'll last you a while, totally worth it, and definitely elevates these. And then I add Parmesan cheese. Now you don't really taste a lot of Parmesan cheese flavor. It just makes it crisp up better than just the almond flour alone. It just didn't get crispy enough, and having that little bit of Parmesan cheese in there makes it crispy. So now you've got a crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, potato and salt flavor, like everything that you want in a McDonald's French fry without having to eat the McDonald's French fry. So let's go into the kitchen and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, you're gonna need 100 grams of almond flour. This is the finely milled stuff. 3 teaspoons of xanthan gum, and the secret ingredient, mashed potato extract. That's 2 full droppers I used of that. And then 8 tablespoons of hot water and a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. The first thing I'm going to do is add the salt, which is a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, into the almond flour. Then we're going to add the Parmesan cheese into that. And then lastly, for the dry stuff, we're going to do the xanthan gum over the top of that evenly, and then most people use a tiny whisk. Not me, I use a giant whisk in a tiny bowl. And in all honesty, that doesn't work very well. Grab a smaller whisk. Now all you do is really mix it in well, and it's gonna feel sticky. It's gonna stick to your hands, but you just knead it all together, get it into a ball, and then I'll show you that. Okay, looks like this. We're gonna cover it with a warm towel, or you can use plastic wrap and let it sit for 15 minutes. Be right back. Okay, now it's been 15 minutes, and so I'm gonna put it on the silicone mat, cover it up with the second one, and we're gonna roll it out. You wanna roll it out to like 1/8 of an inch, pretty thin, in a rectangular shape, and then you can cut it into your fry. Okay, this is what we have, and one thing that I have noticed is that they puff up when you fry them, and so you actually want to cut them thinner than you think you want the fries to be, and then they'll puff up a little bit in the frying process. And in order to get even fries as much as possible, I'm just using this little guy, and I'm going to cut it in half this way and then this way. Clearly need better recording equipment. There's all these shadows in here. Whatever, you get the idea. It may not be pretty, but it's going to taste amazing. So now I'm going to go this way. So you can see here. All right, I've got them all cut up. They look like fries. Now we're going to fry them. I've got avocado oil over here, and I've just got my little burner on like 1/2 to 2 because this thing gets really hot. And we're gonna fry these up. The best thing to use to move these around is chopsticks, because it's very easy to flip them and get them rolling around. And once they get, a little bit cooked, they actually hold their shape. And then what you want to do is you want to dry them on a rack on paper towels, because you want the airflow to be underneath there. If you put them directly on the paper towels, the bottom gets soggy, but this allows the oil to drain off and the fry to stay crispy. Okay, a couple of tips. If you don't want them fully crispy and you want sort of that pillowy softness in the inside, cut them a little bit thicker. And that pastry cutter was so genius. It cuts so easily. So use that. Make sure that your oil stays to a low medium, because if it cooks too fast on the outside, the inside's still gonna have that grainy almond flour texture, and you don't want that. You want it to be cooked through and golden on the outside, but you can't cook it that fast. Also, they're very, very delicate when you're first making the batter. So as you're putting it into the oil, be really careful. But then once they start to crisp up, they will be amazing, and they'll be easy to handle and not fall apart on you. My teenagers love this. My husband loved this. My daughter loved this when I made it for her. No one has not liked this, and that's pretty rare in the keto, low carb kind of world. And I just dipped it in 0 sugar ketchup or homemade ranch that I made with cottage cheese, so it's got protein in there, and it's so amazing. I'm telling you, try this. Leave me a comment on if you try this and what you think of it, because finally, French fries. Okay, that's it, you guys, for today. It's a simple recipe, but if you are craving fries, finally something that actually satisfies and tastes close to the real thing. I mean, it's not a McDonald's fry, but it's pretty darn close, and I would eat these every day in place of regular French fries. And I love fries. So check this out. Hope you enjoy this healthier recipe. And I think I might start doing these to where I can give you just a healthier version of a recipe, a little bit less carbs, less sugar, that kind of thing. And you can get some inspiration on how to keep your body in great shape so that you are healthy enough to say yes to whatever God wants you to do. Otherwise, I hope you're having a great week. Stay inspired to make a difference in this world with your life. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.